Okay, so I'm out in a shed wearing a t shirt, shorts, kind of lounging out here. Just want to share with you a little bit of insight about frustrations that I want other people to be able to avoid. So, if you get on the internet, you get on videos, and you're trying to find out what it is that people do to make it at the stock market, you are going to go through a lot of information. And I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of that information is no good. So bear with me, because if you want to know how to trade or become a trader, you know, I'm going to give you basics. Now, first thing you need to know is that I've tried mobile platforms. I've tried regular computer platforms. Currently, I haven't tried a software that I'm thrilled with, any of them. So, I'm just going to tell you that to get started, what you need is an app. Now, that's mine. It's simple. And as you can see, I'm not logged in. I'm not doing anything fancy. And I want you to watch that weird thing going on right there. So my computer or my phone is aimed at my iPad, and there is some kind of interaction going on there. So thought that was interesting. I would share. What's it doing? I am not quite sure. I'm sure there's somewhere in the permissions I need to hunt and look at something. But this is my second attempt doing this video, so information's interesting. You need an app. Okay, next, if you're like a lot of people, you've gone to the internet and you've gone to videos, and you're still like, what is all this, and what's good and what's bad, and how do I know what's good and what's bad? Because there's so much misinformation out there. I'm going to tell you one thing that everybody that's going to do any kind of trading, you need to follow the news. You need to read. You need to read a lot. You need to read more than you've ever read in your life. If you're not reading, then you're already failing before you ever started stock market. It's just a fact. Read every day. If you don't want to subscribe, or it's a little too early for you to invest in a paper, then go online. Find out what you can. Read what you can. Okay? You got to read it. So let me go back to that for a second. I didn't plan this video, and I never plan videos. So if you're looking for some well-edited version of what you need to do in life, and you come to the wrong place. But if you want valid information that may help you develop your sense of money and your sense of things, probably a good source for at least to get started. I may even be a source beyond that, but unless somebody says, hey, this is a great video, please do more, and subscribe and like, because I got 28 subscribers. And I have no idea what content that I'm going to provide anybody's going to like. I've done so many random things, and I get weird responses from everything. So, the paper I was showing you, and I will just say it again, it's a Wall Street Journal. And I'm not saying go out and get the Wall Street Journal or go get Barron's or anything else. And when I first bought this paper, I was a young man, and it was different because the information that's on the internet now made some of the information that I used to read in the Wall Street Journal go away, evidently. The business section was a lot thicker. I actually missed that because sometimes looking at it on paper versus a screen, you can keep going back and going through the list and looking at things. And it had, a long list of NASDAQ and a long list of New York Stock Exchange, but those things aren't there anymore. So you're going to get general news. We're not worried about that right now. If you want to get started in the stock market to see where you're going to go someday, I'm going to tell you that there's only one page that's absolutely necessary to read on a daily basis, because you're going to find out who's doing what. It's the biggest 1,000 stocks. Now, you're not going to trade there on day one. If you do, you're going to slow yourself down. Most everybody's looking for a quick buck. You're not going to find a quick buck. You may find an occasional good buck, but you're not going to find a quick buck. And, unless you're ready to lose big, I recommend starting with a small account, buying small price stocks, and give it a shot. How effective is this? Effective enough that my portfolio usually holds at least 1 to 2 small stocks. Now, I've heard people say focus on 1 stock, focus on 2 stocks, blah, blah, blah. If you are new to the market and you don't have much money, first of all, I started out with too small of a quantity of shares when I started. To make money, you have to have more quantity. So you want more quantity, but you don't want to have more risk. You put only the money that you can absolutely lose 100% of into the market. 100%. Especially a new trader, 100%. Be ready to lose all of it. I never did. I was lucky. I'm telling you, even now, during the pandemic, I'm okay. And that's the only credential you're going to get from me. I'm okay. I'm not rich, but I didn't lose everything. I lost a little, but it's not lost because I still own the stock, and the stock is still where it can grow. It has huge potential. I've lost half my money on it, but I have 300-400% chance of gain if it ever comes back. And that's still kind of a gamble, hence the gambling background back here of material that's meant for the chair, antique Samsonite chair I'm sitting on, a fold-up chair. I'm not going to fluff anything with fancy cars, fancy house, fancy anything. I'm about sustainability. And that's in finance too. So I'm trying to make a video that's going to be more helpful than harmful. And I'm going to tell people, you need to do research. Now, if you're starting out and you don't have much money, I like NASDAQ. I like New York Stock Exchange, but you might want to check the OTC markets. But I would not buy on day 1. I wouldn't buy on day 30. If you don't have some research behind you, you don't know what you're doing, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose a lot of money. or you're going to get lucky and learn nothing. You really need to watch the market. I'd say several weeks before you jump in. And I know there's a lot of people that don't want to hear that, but right now that's very true. So let me see if I can find what I'm looking for. There are symbols that you need to know when you deal with the market. Okay. Let me see if I can search this because it may come up. Symbols. And okay, so I'm just going to peruse through here, and again, my source is going to be otcmarkets.com on this. You got OTCQX, OTCQB, and pink trading. Now, pink is paper. Paper trading is sketchy. But you have to start somewhere. Let me see if I'm trying my best to find some stocks, and I want to find something bad, but I don't know if I can find something bad. I just have to search a page and hit a stock and see what it looks like. Okay. So first hit right here is what you're looking for. And let me see if I can get that any clearer. What? No, there we go. It's a little clearer. So here, when you're looking at any stock, you're going to have your symbols and things, but the piece of information you want is going to be in this page on that OTC stock page. And you want to look for warnings. There's no other way to tell you that. You're looking for warnings. And let me see if I'm trying to find... Okay, current market. Okay. So again, you're going to see some stuff like pink. So we're going to pick, and I don't know if this is a good stock or a bad stock. We're going to go through the list here, and you know what? I know one that okay. Actually, this just works really well. So I'm going to kind of share this. I put in the word green. So if you want to learn, right there's a good place to start. Okay. If you see this, that's caveat emptor, buyer beware. You really can't get much clearer than leave this alone with that. Pink may be a good stock. You got to look. You got to find out. There's some companies that are good. There's some that are bad. Okay. So, again, not trying to sell anybody anything. Not trying to tell anybody to buy anything. I'm going to show you a stock that's verified. It is a real company, and it does exist. How I find out things like this is A, do they have a company website? B, do they answer their email? C, have they been on the regular stock exchange and dropped, or are they about to go onto the regular stock exchange? That's always good. Anyhow, right here, was on NASDAQ. Started out on NASDAQ. It's a sub company of another company, and if you want to know more, you better do your own research. That's all I'm going to tell you. Verified. It's a real company. They have a website. They release news. There is a good hint. If you go looking on the OTC or penny stocks markets and you find a company that hasn't released any news since like 2013, it's no longer a company. If a company's not releasing news, leave it alone. And if they're releasing news, you want to make sure that that news isn't, and the word I want to use is paid propaganda. It does happen. There are companies that do nothing, have nothing, develop nothing, and sell lots of shares. The scary part is it's legal to buy. Some of them aren't legal to sell, which means you can buy it, but then you're stuck with it. Some trading platforms will let you trade, but won't let you buy. So many sets of zeros. Now, just because a stock is 0.0001 on the stock market doesn't mean that it's a bad stock. It means there's a large volume of that stock. If they do a reverse split, it would go up. But most of them don't. So don't bank on that. Okay, I'm getting way too deep. Way too deep. I'm supposed to be skimming the surface. I'm trying to give you some information. I'm sorry if it's a little much and or weird or whatever. Just try to stick with the basics. Some penny stocks are okay. Some penny stocks will make you money. It would be nice for everybody to just jump in with $500 and buy a great stock, and right now is a better time to do it, but it's also a scarier time to do it. And you really have to have nerve, a lot of nerve, more than you're ever going to ever imagine you got. Because you have to be willing to sacrifice it all to make some. You have to be willing to sacrifice it all to make some. Not what you want to hear on these fancy videos, right? You want me to smile and say, you can have a great car and a great house and everything's going to be rosy, da 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 da. No. And I'm going to share somebody that has great anecdotes, but doesn't give you a lot of that fluff. So I will do that before I'm done. And yes, I'm going to make you go through the whole video before I give it out. And it's not a ploy to get more watch time. It's just that I want you to actually watch my video. And then if you want somebody that's going to be more entertaining, yeah, then I'm going to recommend this person. So, you're going to go to a site and you're trying to find out some more information. Now, another site I used to learn about stocks was allpennystocks.com. Not endorsing them. Not telling you to go out there and buy anything from them. But let's go down through here. Now, there's a few companies that's on here showing up. And right now they're not making a lot of money, but they're a good stock. And they show up on the market movers. So I'm going to give you these two. So right there and right there. Ironically enough, they're side by side. Didn't catch it? Rewind. Watch it again. Um, those two stocks are on there, and they're doing fine. Now, I have bought and sold some sketchy stocks, ones that were way down on the list, fractions of a penny in shares, and I've made money on them. And one, I'm still to this day unsure, much more than they have a legitimate website. They haven't ever emailed me back. I haven't tried calling them, but they have a number for people that want to set up their services. And I think they're legit. And that's about the best I can tell you. I took a chance. I watched the market. It went up, it went down, it went up, it went down, it went up, it went down. So I decided there's up, there's down. I'm going to buy down here and hope it comes back up here. It did. It did it multiple times. So I'm going to share that with you, that it does happen. Now, penny stocks are stocks below $2. $2 a share. So anybody that thinks penny stocks are just stocks under a penny, then no. If you go on NASDAQ and you buy something at $1.21 a share, that stock is a penny stock. It's just not delisted. And all that needs to happen for your stock to become delisted is go below $1. Now, I promised, and I'm going to keep my promise, we're going to talk about trading. Kind of did that. Covered that if you're going to start out, you better start out small with great loss expectations. But if you do your research and you really read and you really do your research, I think it's possible to, I'm going to say it. It's possible to not have loss, but you better be patient because some stuff's going to go down and take forever to come back up, or is down and is going to take forever to come back up. So, with that being said, buyer beware. Don't buy anything that's not verifiable, and don't use anybody else's words. Use them as references, but go through the steps to verify. Do your own research. Okay, now there are people that want to become day traders. Love it. Love it. Do you really want to know what the secret of becoming a day trader is? Buy a stock. When it comes up, sell that stock. When it comes back down, buy that stock. That's 3 consecutive trades in a day. Or in 5 days. In a 5-day period. Okay? For the same stock. And you are day trading. Now, here comes the catch. You bought. You sold. You bought again. You sell that same stock again in that 5-day period. You need to have $25,000 equity. Now, this is where I'm going to get a little deeper. You're going to get a warning. That warning is going to say, you've been day trading. If you make one more trade, you risk a chance of having your account on a 90-day hold. Nobody told me that. I've watched so and so. They're doing blah, blah, blah. If they're doing consistent trades, one right after another, of the same stock, which a lot of people do. I know one guy that goes, "Oh, I'm going to buy AMD. I'm going to sell AMD. I'm going to buy AMD. I'm going to sell AMD." And he's in a position where he can do that all day long and make money. He's also got an account of $30,000 or $40,000 probably right now, which means he has equity, which is actually probably closer to 60,000 if he's a marginal trader. That's stuff you need to read up on. You need to read what is a marginal trader. But to be a day trader, all you got to do is make 4 trades on the same stock in a 5-day period. And guess what? You're a day trader. And you're a penalized day trader if you don't have $25,000 in the bank. So, you need to know this. So if you're dealing with $500 to $24,999, then you need to trade slower. And what I'm going to tell you is against everybody's advice, because I've watched tons of videos where they say focus on 1, 2, maybe 3 stocks. Don't jump in and get 10 stocks. Okay? So I'm going to do a calculator for you. I'm going to tell you how to make slow but steady money. If you do your research and you time yourself correctly and you do all the things that you got planned, and don't look for anybody's plan, don't look for anybody's method, make your own, and stick with it. Don't change. Make a plan. Figure out how it's going to work. Stick to that plan. If you panic and you change your plan, you'll lose money. Okay, so that is if you're cut out for the stock market. You might lose money if you're not cut out for this kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm going to say 5 1,000ths. Okay, multiplied by $100. Okay, well, let's do that differently. Okay, $100 divided by 0.005. Yeah, okay, I think that's right. Early morning and I'm tired. That makes no sense. Okay, so I took $100 and you bought stocks that were sub-penny stocks. No more than 5 1,000ths of a penny. It gets you 20,000 shares. Now, multiply that by 0.01. Or, no, sorry, that would be wrong. So let's start again. 20,000 shares. And then multiply that by 0.001. So if it goes from 5,000ths, or okay, too many zeros. And this is why I don't edit, because you need to know that people make mistakes. And you need to know to verify and check your information before making an action. If I'd have just made an action based on the math I was doing, I would have lost money. Okay, so 20,000 shares. And we're going to multiply that by 0.01. So if those shares that I spent $100 on at 5 1,000ths went to the hundredths position with a 1, which was 1 cent, then I'd have doubled my money. Now, granted, that might take 6 months. If something cycles and it does it well, it may not. But it's all about volatility. If you've got a stock and you look at it over the pattern of a year and it's just like this, barely moving up and down on that graph, when you click the chart, and you better click the chart or you'll have this in your money. If you want this in your money, watch that chart. It should be going up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down frequently. The more volatility up and down, the greater your odds of making money advance. But again, 4 trades on the same stock in a week, or possibly 2 different stocks, buy and sell, buy and sell. I mean, gray area, they want to, they probably could flag you for that. So plan on about 10 stocks that'll allow you to work your way up. Now, if you're able to go several $1,000s, this is where I'm going to say, if you're above $1,000 and you can afford to wait a little bit, do stocks up to $2 and no less than, say, 25 cents a share. Do your research and you'll probably be okay. So that's that. Now, once you're above $25,000 in equity and you're in a position where you're stable, that you're more likely to gain $1 than lose 10, because you want to stay above that equity or you're going to get sanctioned and you're going to get held for 90 days. So don't do it. Be stable. Once you get $25,000 equity, I would say go ahead and go to $26,000 equity, so you got $1,000 to play with in case of a bad day, if you're going day trade. Okay, so now I've burst everybody's bubble, and I've done a really weird video that has no great graphics, no great pictures, and no great answers beyond this is what you need to know to become a day trader. I'm going to share with you, and I know every once in a while you get this weird person that stands out. Right now, if you want rational suggestions, a little better entertainment than me, and all the nice little screens and things in the background that show you all this great stuff, because I'm not an editor, I'm not a fancy video maker. I probably could do it. I've got the software, I really don't care to. I just like to talk about subjects and nail them on the head to the basics.
We are on the cusp.
That is not what I wanted. That wasn't even remotely what I wanted. So, okay, as I promised, if you want a more entertaining video and still not get led down the path of make it big, barely spend any money and make ridiculous amounts of money and become the most awesome day trader ever, if you're looking for that, I'll find a different link for you. And you can listen to this guy, and I'm not going to do that. If you see a guy with a couple Lamborghinis sitting in his garage, and he's sitting on a stool, you know, and you can't really tell if the plates are legit or if they look like rental cars. You know, maybe he spent 6,000 to BS you to try to make 10,000. Odds are he's not a very good investor if he did that. Okay, but we have a young lady. At least I think she's young. She looks younger than me. And her YouTube name is Humbled Trader. And I'm going to share that with you because I think that entertainment-wise, the videos have some quality. And information-wise, she makes lighthearted of a delicate subject if you've ever been bamboozled by somebody putting up fake information on the internet. She doesn't do that. She gives valid information and makes fun of the people that put out the information that's not. So, if you're going to trade in the markets, you can make money. I would even go as far to say that if you wanted to trade in currency, you could make money. If you wanted to trade in bonds, funds, you can make money. If there's a way out there in a market to make money legitimately, with the right knowledge and the right know-how, you can make that money. With the wrong information and the wrong mindset, you can lose more than you had. And people need to understand that. You don't have great gains or great rewards without great risk. Do your research, plan ahead, and only invest what you're willing to lose ever. I hope my video was helpful, and I'm not planning on becoming a great big celebrity. I've done videos for 5 years or something like that. One time I might add several hundred subscribers, and then I didn't have enough for monetization, and I quit doing videos, and I lost a lot of my subscribers, and then one day I got bored and decided to do videos again. So, if you like my video, and you think it has a little more merit to it than some of the fancy videos, I would appreciate you subscribing. If you want to like it, like it. If you want to hate it, hate it. I'm not out here to produce the greatest video ever. I just want to share information with people that want to learn. That's all I'm getting out of it. That's all I want to get out of it. Anything beyond that's a bonus. So thank you.